Hello friends, welcome to this video on power factor. By the end of this video, you will be able to answer the following questions. Draw the phasor diagrams of R, L, C, RL and RC loads with an AC supply and describe the behavior of an AC circuit with pure R, L and C load. Draw the voltage, current and power waveforms for R, L, C, RL and RC loads with sinusoidal AC supply. Average power in an AC circuit with pure R, L and C loads. Average power in an AC circuit with RL and RC loads. You will be able to define power factor and also given a general expression for power factor in AC circuits. First, let me discuss about AC through pure resistive, inductive and capacitive circuit, that is pure R, L and C circuits. So this one is a resistive circuit, pure resistive circuit fed from a voltage of Vm sin omega t. This one an inductive circuit with a source voltage Vm sin omega t. Then this one is a capacitive circuit with voltage Vm sin omega t. Okay, and in the case of a pure resistive circuit, the voltage and current will be in phase. That is, the voltage and current, instantaneous voltage and current will be in phase, and so the phasors will align in the same direction. And if we draw the instantaneous waveforms of voltage and current, it will look like this. Here voltage is shown by using this blue line and the current is shown using this red line. The magnitude of voltage is somewhat higher than that of the current, but both of them are in phase. Okay, and also here the instantaneous power is shown. This one is the instantaneous power. So from the figure you can see that the instantaneous power is always positive because it is given by the product of instantaneous voltage and current. So in this case both voltage and current are positive, so the power will be positive, and here both voltage and current are negative, so the power will be positive because the product of two negative quantities will be positive. That is the case of a pure resistive load or resistive circuit. And in the case of an inductive circuit, from the phasor diagram you can see that the current is lagging the voltage by an angle 90°. This is a phasor diagram. The current is lagging the voltage by an angle of pi by 2, and also it is evident from the graph. This is a voltage curve and this one is the current curve. Also the power waveform is shown here. But there is a difference when comparing with the pure resistive load. Here the power becomes negative, then positive, negative, then positive. Okay, so the power has both positive and negative parts. That is the main difference. And in the case of a C load or pure C circuit, the current will be leading the voltage by an angle 90 or pi by 2. Here also you can see that the current is leading the voltage by an angle 90. Okay, and the power waveform also has both positive and negative parts. That is somewhat similar to that of inductive load. So both inductive and capacitive circuits, pure inductive and pure capacitive circuits has positive and negative average powers. Okay, but in the case of a resistive load you have only positive power. So if we take the average power, in the case of a pure resistive network we have some average power, and in the case of a pure inductor the average value will be 0 because it has positive and negative powers, but both area will be the same. So when you take the average it will cancel out and the average power will be 0. That is the same is the case with a capacitive, pure capacitive load. Here also both positive and negative areas will be the same and the average value will be 0. So for a pure resistive network we have an average power and that is given by V into I, where V is the RMS voltage and I is the RMS current. But in the case of a pure inductive circuit it will be 0, and in the case of a pure capacitive circuit also the average power is 0. So there is only average power only in the case of pure resistive network or circuit. For pure inductive or capacitive circuit, average power will be 0. Okay. Now we discuss about RL and RC circuit. So first we consider an RL circuit connected with a source Vm sin omega t, and in this case the phasor diagram will be like this. The current will be lagging the voltage but not by 90 degree. Let it be an angle phi. Okay, it is represented by an angle phi which is less than 90, and the waveforms of voltage and current will look like this. So there is a phase difference of phi, not 90. And if you draw the power diagram, it will be like this. It will have a positive part and a negative part, but may not be of same area. Okay, so there is a difference in area in the case of RL load. So there is an average power. If you take the average value, it is not zero as in the case of pure L load, but it has some value. So in the case of an RL load, we will have some average power. And when you consider RC load, here the current will be leading the voltage but not by 90 degree. Let it be an angle phi. It is also seen from the phasor diagram. The current is leading the voltage by an angle of phi. And if you plot the instantaneous power waveform, it will look like this. Here also it has positive and negative part but not equal. I mean the areas are not equal. So in this case also you will have some average power as shown by this line. So in the case of a RL circuit or RL load and RC circuit or RC load fed from an AC source, here we are assuming sinusoidal source, there is always some average power, but it will not be equal to that of a pure resistive load. Okay, so if you see, consider in this case, if we are increasing the value of resistor and we are making it a pure resistive network, that is if we are removing this inductor, then this curve, power curve will shift up and also the average power will shift up. Okay, and that is the same is the case with this. If you remove the capacitance from this circuit and make it a pure resistive circuit, this power curve will shift up because the voltage and current will come in phase, and this average power will also go up. So that is the main difference. An RL or RC circuit will have an average power but lesser than a pure resistive circuit. Okay, but in the case of pure resistive inductive or capacitive circuit, you will have an average power equal to 0. So in this case, if you analyze, the average power will come to be equal to VI cos phi, where V is the RMS value of voltage, I is the RMS value of current, and phi is the angle between phase angle between voltage and current, phase angle between voltage and current. Okay, so you can say that the average power is maximum for pure resistive loads, and for any other loads it is lesser. So there is a need to measure the degree to which a given load matches that of a pure resistance. So pure resistance is taken as the ideal case where the total power is transmitted or consumed by the load. So this measure is given by power factor, and you can define the power factor as power factor equal to P load divided by PR, where P load is the average power of a given load, a particular load, and PR is the average power of an equivalent resistive load for the same voltage and current magnitudes. So P load is the average power of any load and PR is the average power of an equivalent resistive load for the same voltage and current, or you can say that PR is the maximum possible power. And the power factor will be equal to 1 when this load matches the resistive load, that is P load equal to PR. This numerator and denominator will be same and you will get a power factor equal to 1. And if the load is a pure inductive or pure resistive load, we know that the average power will be 0. So the power factor will also be 0. So the power factor ranges from 0 to 1 depending on the type of load. The most suitable or the most perfect value will be 1 when it is a pure resistive load. Okay, so you can define power factor as it is a measure of the degree to which a given load matches that of pure resistance. As average power is an average quantity, the above equation is valid for any voltage and current wave shape. And in the case of a sinusoidal waveform, P load is given by Vi cos phi and PR equal to V into I. P load is for any kind of load, let it be VRL or RC load, there will be a phase angle of phi. So the P load will be equal to Vi cos phi. So the power factor by definition is given by P load divided by PR, and this VI will cancel out and power factor will be equal to cos phi. It is the case for the case of a sinusoidal supply. It will be different for other type of loads, but you can apply the same concept because average power is an average quantity, or you are taking or you are getting the average power by integrating the waveform. Okay, so the concept is the same, so you can apply it for any kind of alternating waveforms. And for an analogy, we take it the beer analogy. Okay, so in this case the beer mug is taken as the reference, or the maximum value you can, your maximum beer you can fill it up to this mark or to this level. But if you pour the beer, there is always some foam in that, so only this much portion of this mug is utilized and this part is wasted. So this wastage is not suitable. So if it is filled up to this level, you can consider it as a pure resistive load, and if there is some form, you can say that it is either an inductive type of load or capacitive. That means a mix of R and L, R and L, or R and C. So the ideal case is that the mug should be filled without any foam. So in this case there is some foam, and this thing is called the reactive power, and the actual useful part or the beer is called the reactive power, and this total size of the glass or mug is called the apparent power or the maximum possible value. So considering this case, the foam is of lower amount, and in this case the foam is somewhat higher. So in this case wastage is minimum, but in this case wastage is high. So in this case the power factor will be high and the power factor will be low in this case, because you are uh, dividing the maximum with the actual. Okay, so that is an analogy for power factor. Thank you.